How about that Davis Brothers?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, how are we doing today?
Oh, having a great time. Nice day for a ride.
10-4. Well, it's the weekend of the 2015 Guilty by Association Truck Show, and you're out there cruising around. Your ride there is not your typical show truck, at least to say in terms of shape. Tell me about it.
Well, we've been putting some trucks together and decided to do something a little bit different with this one, and went with the 386 Peterbilt over the traditional 389 or 379, just to try to do something a little bit different and try to kind of mix the aero truck look with the kind of long and low big truck look, if you will. Try to mix the two together and get something a little different. Thought the color was important to get something kind of wild where it really stands out.
Well, you guys certainly hit the nail on the head, because if you strip away the color and the scheme there and the stripes, and you look at that truck sitting on the lot, I'd probably walk right on by and not really think much of it, especially in terms of it being a show truck. So I certainly think you guys did a great job with that.
Well, we appreciate it. We thought it was going to be important to the truck to have kind of a fun look to it.
Well, you guys certainly aren't new to the whole truck build rodeo. What number truck is this in terms of builds for you?
Oh, I don't know. I ain't really counted them, but we probably put together 6 to 8 trucks in the last couple of years.
With this, we look at the outside. Of course, we see what's going on there with the outside. What do you got going on the inside?
Well, about everything. We gutted the truck. Truck came straight to us from Peterbilt out of the Denton factory, and we brought it into our shop, gutted the entire interior in it down to the bare aluminum, and then there's a lot of modifications made, and we painted everything down to an automotive type finish. Every piece is matching. All the upholstery was dyed to match. Seats recovered, of course, and added a fairly large stereo system, built custom door panels for it, speakers and TV monitors in every door panel, and built subs in under the bunk, stack of amps, and it's a good time to ride around in.
Now, you said a fairly large sound system. If anyone's familiar with your trucks and specifically familiar with Super Freak, they know what's going on in terms of large sound system. What do you got there for a sound system in this truck here?
Well, we're running all JL audio speakers and amps. We've got 26 speakers on the inside of the truck, 4 13W7s under the bunk, 7 amplifiers. We're running 1200 watt JL on each 13-inch sub under the bunk. So yeah, I think it's 26 speakers and 7 amps. We're running about 6,000 watts, 7,200 I believe it is, matter of fact, as a correction.
Well, 10-4, I guess it'll put out a little bit of sound there. Probably get a little bump in it.
Yeah, to get a little bump, and it sounds great in here, but I'm sure the outside's rattling, huh?
Well, speaking of that, some guys, they use sound dampening and things like that. Do you guys throw any of that in there?
Yeah, we line the doors with Dynamat. In the back of the sleeper, we line with Dynamat, the floor of the bunk, driver doors, inside the ceiling of the cab. Pretty well lined it all with the Dynamat type material to deaden the sound on it, and it, of course, helps the road noise and definitely deadens the sound.
For the folks that aren't familiar with you and Davis Brothers as a company there, who are we talking to?
I'm Brian Davis and Davis Brothers, and I got brother Tom, and we own the trucks together. We're out on Owensville, Indiana, and we got a small fleet trucking company and farm and build trucks.
It seems like it might be a hobby that turned into a sickness there.
Yeah, definitely that. Yeah, it was a hobby gone wild, of course. We're kind of a passion of ours. We always enjoyed the trucks and, like to keep them shining. Just kept building on them and got into taking them to shows. Went many years without going to a show, and decided to kind of get into the truck shows and met a lot of nice people and really enjoyed that. So we just kind of carried on with that.
It's always great when you can take something that you love and do and have fun with it. Tell me about the business. What do you guys do trucking wise?
We do a little bit of everything. We mainly into the agriculture, different grain, fertilizer. We also haul equipment, construction and farm equipment, but mainly grain, fertilizer, and feed. Pull a lot of hopper bottoms, fertilizer tanks. We got a couple of reefers that haul hazmat, a couple of tankers that haul hazmat. So just a little bit of everything. Try to keep it split up, and a lot of different seasonal things that we try to put together to make a busy year-round.
I guess that's a great angle that you guys have there for a business.
Yep, we're just trying to stay busy. It's the name of the game.
Well, when people watch these videos, these rolling CB interviews, some people will leave comments and questions and things like that. One person sent a message specifically, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, or you can just give a really roundabout answer. One question was, how much money does it cost to build a truck like that?
Well, it's endless what you, of course, can spend on building a truck, how far you want to take it, and intricate you want to get. But, I would say if you're building a new truck, $200,000 to get a nice truck.
Having built a bunch of trucks and whatnot, what do you like about that model truck itself?
Well, I think it's just a real clean look with the sloped hood and the no big air cleaners out on the outside. It kind of gives the truck a sleek, more aerodynamic, but very clean look.
There's not many folks that are taking aerodynamic trucks and trying to do anything cool with them. There's a handful of trucks that a lot of people are familiar with. And some may think it would be a challenge, so it's really cool to see what you guys have done with this particular model and taking advantage of the curves on it. I really love the way that the stripes follow the lines on the truck.
Yeah, we thought it was important to get a paint scheme that followed the lines of the truck. Helps it flow a lot better, as you say. And yeah, we definitely paid attention to that. Not all the paint schemes work well on the angle hood trucks or slope hooded trucks.
Definitely. Let's talk about some other custom parts there. What do you got for stacks and visors and bumpers? And there's going to be guys out there looking at that truck, your truck, going like, man, I can do something cool now because I see what the Davis brothers have done with this.
Yeah, starting the front of the truck, we took the grill bars out of it. They're made into the cap, so that's a little bit of some custom work there. But that's a Roadworks grill. It's Davis Brothers grill, and that's a Valley Chrome 20-inch bumper. We've got Dynaflex 8-inch pipes with Aussie tops on them, an 8-inch white pipe. And then we went back to the back, and of course we built a custom deck plate and got badass fenders on it, and actually a 12-gauge T-bar in the back.
10-4. Well, Brian, thanks for chatting with me about the build of the truck and giving some detail and specifics about the truck. I guess we'll see you around there, huh?
Yeah, well, we sure do appreciate it. We've had a blast.